Hey all, welcome back to my channel ServiceNow Training and Placement. I am happy to announce that I am going to start a new series JavaScript in ServiceNow. Lot many people who are starting their career in ServiceNow or they have some struggle in the ServiceNow coding part. This series is really important for them. So as a ServiceNow developer, you must think like how much JavaScript you should learn. Okay, so I am today here to answer all of your question like what all you need to know about the JavaScript first. Okay, so being a ServiceNow developer, you need not to know much about the JavaScript, because if you know about like ServiceNow support the Mozilla Rhino engine of JavaScript. Which engine? Let me write it here. Mozilla Rhino engine. And this engine supports the ECMAScript 5, ES5 only. So, and if you talk about the JavaScript currently it is running on ECMAScript 6. So new features like let, const, arrow function, template literals, default parameters, promises, async awaits. So these were some of the features which were added later on the ES6. But because our ServiceNow instance is still running on the ECMAScript 5 only, we need not to know about the ES6. Definitely we should know about the ES6, but if you are starting ES till the ES5, it's sufficient to know. Okay, so here first I am going to talk about the syllabus. I have already noted here. You should be knowing about the variables and data types. In the variables, you just need to know about how do you initialize a variable. Okay, data type is again string, arrow. These are some of the data types, number. Thereafter we will create a video on the conditional statement. Like in this we will discuss about the if, else if and if. How do we use them? Okay, thereafter loops, like there were 3 loops mainly you need to know about, like for loop, while loop and do while loop. You should be knowing about the break and continue. Then one of the data type is string, which is very useful and you need to know about its methods, like the how to do indexing, how to use two uppercase, two lowercase, two string, trim. These are some of the methods in the string. Similarly in the array as well, like how to use an array, how to loop through an array, how to use push, pop, shift, unshift in an array. And we will also see the use cases of an array, which is commonly asked in the interview questions as well. Thereafter, one of the most important things which is very commonly used and lot many people get confused here, that is the objects. Okay, so one should be knowing about the objects very well as well, like how do you access an object, how to loop through an object, the methods, how do you use a function within the object, how to check a key in an object, and lot more. And thereafter the most important part is the functions, how to use functions, how to call a functions, how to use function within function. So these many things we are going to see within this series, and I believe, like I am already a 10-year experienced guy, this much of JavaScript is sufficient if you are starting your career and if you are already a ServiceNow developer who struggles while doing the coding. Okay, so without wasting time, like this is the enough introduction for starting a series. I am starting the variables in the JavaScript. Okay, so here I am erasing everything. Okay, so in JavaScript you can initialize the variable using the var, const and let, but these two are supported in the ECMAScript 6 but not in the ES5. So in ServiceNow, everywhere whenever you wanted to initialize a variable, you just need to use var, nothing else. Okay, Let's suppose you need to initialize a variable. Just write where name of the variable, where name equals to ServiceNow or some common name, Alex. And if I use gs.info and name. Okay, so what is it is going to print? It is going to print Alex for us. Second is hosting of a variable. Hosting of a variable. Let's suppose you have written gs.info name, and if you wanted to print this name, or I'll say gs.print, and name you are declaring after this sentence, after the line number 5. So what it will do, it is going to print the undefined value of this name, because within the JavaScript, how this two line of code is being treated is, first it is initializing where a, thereafter what it is doing, it is sorry, not a, I'll say where name, and you have tried to, it will get confused. Let me change this to a, gs.print a, so at this point in time, initialization of a is already done. Like similarly here, name is already initialized, but because you are assigning the value after this line, it is not taking the value. So this is how the JavaScript compiler understand this. Okay, a is already initialized, but you are assigning value later on, you are accessing in the line number 9. So always be careful about the hosting of a variable. Like you should be initialize the variable first, then to access it. Okay, whenever you are writing a long piece of code here, this looks foolish, but people do such kind of mistake whenever they were writing a 200 or 250 line of code. Okay, at this time such mistakes can be happen because you have initialized but accessing it before initialization. So any point in time, if you are doing logging or something, you're getting undefined, you have to think about that you have assigned later on and accessing it before. Okay, so second topic I am taking here is the data type in JavaScript. So there are basically two types of data types, primitive and non-primitive. Okay, now so what are the primitive data types? Store the single value and they were immutable in nature, like they do not change their value. And such data types are number, string, Boolean, thereafter undefined and null. And non-primitive are array, they can store multiple value, objects and functions. On non-primitive data types, because this is lengthy one, I will be creating separate video for separate data types. For string as well, because string has multiple methods, I am going to create a separate value, but rest of them I am going to see here now. Okay, so first is number. How a number is defined? Let's suppose I have to write age of a person. Age equals to 30. If you wanted to check the data type of the age, so we have a method, type of age. So type of this data type is number. even the integer value or the decimal value in ServiceNow, you just need to define using the where only. In ES6 you can use the int, you can also use the float as well, but here let's suppose I have another component which can have the decimal values as well. Let's suppose we have a salary equals to, and let's suppose it has somewhere 85. Okay, so even this is a float value or decimal value, you just need to assign as an where only. Okay, if you check the data type of salary, it is again number. Okay, so pretty straight and simple. Whenever you wanted to declare a number data type, just use where and the name of the variable and just assign the value, nothing else. Second is string. Okay, so string, let's suppose where name equals to ServiceNow service, or I'll say channel name. ServiceNow training and placement. What you need to do, you just need to subscribe this channel first. Okay, so guys, please help me to reach this content to its audience. Do like, leave your comment if you're liking the videos, and subscribe as well. This motivates me to create more and more good videos for you. Okay, so string has many methods like substring, toString, uppercase, lowercase. Everything we are going to cover in one separate video, so I am not discussing much about. But the declaration, just if you wanted to declare a string, where name, and just declare within the double quotes. You can also declare within the single quotes as well. Okay, so we have three declaration, like double quotes you can use, single quote you can use, and you can use the backtick as well, but this in the ES6. Okay, this is called the template literals. Okay, in JavaScript 5 or ECMAScript 5 you need not to use this template literals. Okay, now moving on to the third data type, which is the Boolean. So Boolean returns the true or false. Let's suppose I have taken a flag is valid equals to true. Okay, so if I just go and check gs dot, or we can use the console as well, console.log type of is valid. Okay, so the data type is Boolean. What all you can store? You can store either the true or the false. Another profound use of this Boolean variable is in comparison. Let's suppose I have written here where result equals to 10 greater than 5. Oh, okay, and if I access this, it is going to return true because this 10 is less than 5. If I do this, it is going to store false. Okay, now the fourth in the list is the undefined. Okay, let's suppose I have created a variable called name. Okay, and I try to access name. It is giving me undefined. What is the meaning of undefined? Is this a value? No. Whenever JavaScript compiler runs, there are two phases of running this JavaScript engine. One is the memory allocation, and second is assigning the value. So if you see here, if you're getting undefined, okay, so that means the memory allocation phase is completed. This variable has been created in the JavaScript engine or in the system, but it has not assigned any value. Okay, so that's why this undefined is very important. Whenever you are getting any error while running your code, you should be thinking about. There are some other places where you can get the undefined is like if you're accessing a non-existing property, okay, in objects, okay, you will get undefined. If you're accessing a array where index does not exist, let's suppose a array is having 5 components and you're accessing a 6th component, it is going to give you an undefined. Okay, and let's suppose one more important, let's suppose if you have created a function, okay, function where some logic, let's suppose function sum a comma b and sum equals to a plus b, something like. But there is no return statement. If I try to access this function, info something summer, it is again going to give me undefined. So if a function with no return value is also gives you undefined. So this is very important while you work on your code. The last for this video is the null. So null is like, let's suppose we have created a variable a equals to null. Null means intentionally absence of a value. Okay, you have initialized a variable where there is no value, but a value is expected later, like later on when you develop or finish your code, you will assign a value to this variable. So that's why this null is used. This can also be used as reset of a variable, like if you wanted to reset a variable later on, you can use the null. Okay, sometimes people get confused. Let's suppose I have created another variable b equals to, both of them can be used for the same purpose, but they are different in the nature. Like this v variable store a valid string where the length is 0, but here there is no value and there is no length. Okay, so if I like, they can be used for the same purpose. If I say where v equals to now this, and later on if I do where v equals to 10 and gs dot print b. Okay, so what it is going to do, it is going to have the 10. If I have the null as well, so this time also it is going to return the 10, because initially we don't have any value and now we are going to assign this 10 to this variable. Okay, but the definition is a bit different. So guys, this is the end of this video. Like we have covered the definition of JavaScript, how much JavaScript you should use. Thereafter we have seen the variable declaration and the data types in the JavaScript. Okay, so enough in this video. In the next video we will see the conditional statement, if, else if and else, and where we can use, because these statement you have to use day and night whenever you become a ServiceNow developer. So thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe.